Well, what do we have here? We got a benchmark tool for Black Myth Wukong. Well, I was waiting for this game to drop and then do a benchmark, but then I never expected this to happen, and here we are. So yeah, it's been a long time since I made a video like this with my voice recording in it, just because I was like too busy with a lot of things, my life and my work and all that, so you're finally here, back with the proper benchmark video, I guess. I can already hear my PC crying out loud. The fans are going crazy right now. And let's see what the good old 2080. So I just launched this benchmark tool for the game. And let's try with like default. Now let's do recommended graphic settings first, and then change up the settings and test it out on high, low, medium, with ray tracing, without ray tracing, and all of that. So this is the default settings. It says super resolution is 75, sampling is at FSR. I don't know why it's on DLSS for some reason. Frame generation is on, ray tracing is off, and graphic preset is all set to high. Not a bad start. Apply changes. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we'll use MSI Afterburner for this. So yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Benchmark. Confirm. And again, I don't know if it's gonna be the same case when the game comes out. Hopefully it is, because they would not release a benchmark tool and then make the game even more like less optimized when the game comes out, right? Doesn't make any sense. So let's start the benchmark. So we are at 58 frames per second. 2080 is at like 95% usage. And yes, this is 1440p. I believe it's 1440p. Let me just, you know what? I'll just wait for it to finish. Wow, you got some cool looking characters. I mean, it's the Chinese mythology, so they got some pretty sick concepts and creatures in their mythology, so I should expect better. You're sitting at like a solid 50, like low. Oh, that was a big drop right there. Went like 4 FPS. Okay. 58, 60. So the recommended settings on high with FSR 75%. I think it's pretty solid recommended settings for this card. Wow. This game actually looks really good too. I just can't wait to get my hands on the full game and play the heck out of it. I don't know if it's gonna be like a Souls type game. I heard it is like that, but I hope it's not. Like maybe a little bit like that, but not like a hardcore Souls-like game. Okay, so this is the final benchmark. Average is 55, pretty accurate. Maximum 61. Total VRAM use is like 5.4 GB. I don't know why it's like that, but it's alright. And there it is. So okay, so that's the recommended settings. So now we can crank up the graphics and see how much this card can hold. You can see like it didn't use the full 8 GB of VRAM, so let's just try turning on ray tracing. Alright, to the display. I 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100 Let's try turning it off. Graphics. How do we make it 100%? The super resolution sampling off. I guess if it's set to 100%, it's automatically turned off. That's how it should work in other games. I don't know how it is in this game. Let's just keep it like this. Okay, at super resolution sampling is the DLSS and super resolution is at 100%. Ray tracing turned on. Let's just crank it up, why not? Just for the sake of testing it. And everything else going to cinematic. Oh shit. Everything is it's maxed out. I don't know how this is gonna be, but let's just see. All right. Apply settings. I don't know. This is gonna be a pretty bad result. Okay, let's see. I'm expecting anywhere between like 15 to a 30 FPS max. I don't know. It's like a pretty old card at this point. It's like what, 6-7 years now. Let's see. It's already lagging. Holy shit. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom. 14 FPS. 16. It's exactly what I expected. So this is everything cranked out on an RTX 2080. It's not a TI, it's just a 2080. Everything cranked out. I don't know why the utilization is still at 96 instead of 100. I think the CPU is obviously bottlenecking the GPU right now so hard. And the GPU temp is going up as well because it's cranking on all cylinders. Yeah, look at the CPU usage, like 25. It's like really pulling the actual GPU down by quite a big amount. I mean, that's been the result in most of these new games with this card and CPU combination for some reason. I don't know. Yeah, I have to upgrade my system pretty soon. I'll be doing that when the 50 series drops next year, or probably like late this year. I don't know. Probably next year. But yeah, we are getting solid 16 FPS, guys, with everything cranked up on 2K resolution right now. The GPU is using like 6.87 GB, which is not bad. Okay, we get like a few more FPS right there. 16, back to 16. It didn't even hit 20 FPS, not even one bit at any point throughout this benchmark. That's crazy. So 6.7 GB VRAM used. Better than the last time, it was like 4 point something. Okay, I think I need to upgrade the graphics driver as well because it's running on the previous update. Yeah. For now, I think this is fine. So, okay, so that's with everything turned on. Why is it saying full ray tracing turned off? What's going on? Thought that was saved. Oh, I gotta restart the game. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, I'll be back after restart. So that was without ray tracing, guys. So without ray tracing, we got 16 FPS, guys. So this is gonna be even worse. I'm not even gonna expect 2 digits FPS. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I thought that was with the ray tracing turned on. Why did I think that? Oh my gosh. Alright, it finally loaded in. And that looks terrible. Of course, we got 5 FPS. just like a screensaver type of smoothness. I don't know, these days you can get like 60 FPS screensavers and shit, so this is absolutely terrible. The first generation of ray tracing cards like really does show their age. I've seen this in Cyberpunk, but it's getting worse, guys. It's getting really worse. 4 FPS. So it's basically gonna be 1-digit experience if you want to play this game on ray tracing. Granted that we're playing it on cinematic settings, which is already an overkill. Yeah, this is absolutely terrible right now. So I don't have to further run this benchmark. We can just stop it right here. It's not gonna pass 10 FPS at all. So just exit this right here. Okay, so let's just turn it off. Turn the ray tracing settings completely off. We don't need that. We just saw that this card cannot handle ray tracing in this game. Like, there's no point turning off the ray tracing to turning on the ray tracing on low settings. I don't see a point in that. If you want to have the entire glory of the game in its max settings, you're gonna have to buy a better GPU and a better system, of course. So it was just a test to see how this game performs, and clearly I cannot play this game on ray tracing settings. So I'm gonna turn it off. I'll be back. Okay, now that the ray tracing is turned off, let's just see on 75%. That's DLSS quality mode. So we saw how it is native, and it was terrible. It was like 15 FPS. Well, let's see on DLSS quality and see how it is. This is on cinematic settings, guys. Maxed out without no ray tracing and DLSS quality. Boom. And 20 FPS, that is absolutely terrible. 20 FPS, like mid 20 FPS. Not even mid 20, it was like low 20 FPS. So we are getting cinematic experience, kind of, because cinematic is like 24 FPS. So you're actually getting somewhat a cinematic experience. But I would never recommend playing a game like this at all. It's not like 2000s anymore, any like early 2000s anymore. So if this was like back in 2002, 4, I would be happy if I could get this much FPS. But now, no. What can I do is the 2080 can not do much on these newer games. And I'm like so scared what's gonna happen when Space Marine 2 comes out, because I'm so excited for that game as well. It's gonna be a bad experience with this card. And I'm like complaining a lot with this card. But you know, it just... yeah, it's gonna be looking like solid 22, 24 FPS. So far, the only big frame drop was that one time that this went to like 4 FPS and this came back immediately back. So after that, I didn't see any big frame drops, so that's a good sign. The game is like really good optimized so far. So there you go, average 21 FPS. You can see it right there. Just terrible. Okay, now let's see if you got like any chance at playing this game on DLSS, maybe like ultra performance, just gonna be like 25% resolution scaling. You go here, graphics. Yep, ultra performance. Let's see, with the same settings. Everything cinematic. No ray tracing. Let's see. So we are finally getting 30 FPS, kind of. And this is just a camera movement through some of the like very, maybe these are like some of the most detailed areas in the game, but we don't know for sure because I've seen some of the gameplay of this game and it's like incredible with a lot of particle effects, fighting going on, a lot of much detailed environments like burning backgrounds. I've seen some of those stuff and like sandstorms. Seen a lot of crazy things like those. So, and this is like a really subtle, calm environment. Just a forest in Unreal Engine, I believe. So, so this is, you're getting cinematic experience with 24 frames in the cinematic graphics settings. When we turn everything, I mean the DLSS to ultra performance. That's crazy. I don't think you can play this game on this FPS at all. Because if it's like a Souls-like game, you definitely need those snappy movements to dodge at the perfect time or parry, And it's gonna get worse during battles, for sure. So cinematic mode, nope. It's a no-no for this card or any 20 series cards that you're using right now. I was expecting at least 30, 32 FPS, but not 20, like a low, high 20s, like no. But it is what it is. Okay, the next one, I'm gonna do all low settings and see if we can push that 60 FPS plus mark. Everything low. Native. And there we have it. We're like 26 FPS. Absolutely abysmal. I'm gonna max it out and then turn everything to low. Apply changes, confirm. And let's see. We are still not able to get 50 FPS without any ray tracing. Everything's turned to low settings and native resolution 1440p. I don't know how it's gonna be on 1080p, but 1440p is not looking too good. 40 FPS. I mean, I could play the game like this, but I wouldn't. And there is the final results. 43 average, 54 maximum, 39 lowest. Total VRAM used is 5 GB, and there is everything low. Okay, we just do one more, which is everything absolutely low with DLSS Ultra Performance on 1440p. Let's see what this card can do. See if I have any chance on running this game on 60 FPS with supposedly 1440p resolution with, I mean, it's not 1440p unless you turn it up to 100%, but let's see. It's absolutely everything low, crank down, and let's see. Please give me 60 FPS, please. Ooh, okay, we're getting 100 FPS for the first time. But it looks absolutely terrible. I think this is like, what? What's like 25% of 1440p. I don't know, I'm not good at math, so so maybe if I grind the graphics up a little bit, could be able to get that solid 60 FPS that I can maybe lock the frames in. in the actual game and then play it, because I don't need more than 60 FPS for a game like this, realistically. So yeah, I'm gonna try that out. I'm gonna try cranking the graphics to maybe like medium and then run it again on ultra performance. So the average was a 99 FPS. I'm seeing some green digits there, which is good. So yeah, that was solid. So let me try cranking up the graphic settings a bit more. So instead of going all low, let's just try maybe high. Maybe I'm pushing it, but let's just see. If I'm getting like 60 FPS, I'm good. Yep, we're getting like around 60 FPS on high settings, and it looks kind of better too. So and there you have it, 54 FPS, not too bad. I could play the game like this, I don't mind, you know, but I wouldn't recommend this, because it can go down really drastically when the actual game plays and when you're in a fighting scene with a lot of particles around and all that. So yeah, I don't know. Let's just go back. But we were able to get the exact same kind of performance with the recommended settings, so you know, so you can either play the game on these settings with this card, if you have one, like super resolution, okay, let's just do one more, final one, and then we just do the 1080p benchmark. So it's gonna be super resolution 55%, which is like balanced DLSS, and then everything's on medium. Okay, so let's see, it's the final one, and benchmark. You're getting 50 FPS, just like the previous one. Okay, so that's good. And it looks way better too because it's balanced. You're getting almost 60 FPS. This is pretty good. I might play the game like this instead of the other one, because it looks sharper and we're getting almost the same FPS. But it's dropping down to the 40s though. So I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just wait for the whole thing to complete and then make a judgment on it. And there you have it, 53 FPS, which is about the same as the last one. And yeah, the minimum was 30 FPS, which is still playable. But no, I would not recommend playing the game like this, especially in 2024, when you have like better options and stuff. So yeah, the 2080 is showing its age pretty badly. So yeah, I will probably play the game on the recommended settings, which was on FSR and the medium. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the 1440p benchmark, and I'm gonna be doing the 1080p now. So stay tuned for the next one.